Well, folks, welcome to Alan's Viewpoints. Boy, they're just hitting the road and they're flying down and doing all sorts of things. But we finally getting a picture of where our money's been going over the last 25, 30 years. This gives us a pretty good picture of what's going on. And let's jump into it. So here we go. So the Trump administration is ending taxpayer support for illegal immigrants in post-secondary education. So it seems the Department of Education announced on Thursday that illegal immigrants will no longer receive taxpayer-funded benefits for post-secondary education programs. The department has rescinded a Clinton-era Dear Colleague letter. So during Clinton's time in office, which would have been 92 through 2000, somewhere in there, he wrote a Dear Colleague letter that promised our money to be given to people who didn't belong in this country. That letter had allowed non-qualified illegal immigrants to access federal public benefits. The move was made after an interpretive rule was issued to ensure post-secondary education programs comply with the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act, also known as the 1996 Welfare Reform. So 30 freaking years ago, they decided that illegals qualified to use taxpayer money to go to college. Now, does this coincide with the rise in tuition at colleges too? Inquiring minds might want to know that. The Clinton letter erroneously exempted a certain post-secondary education programs from it, allowing the DOE to mischaracterize the law by creating artificial distinctions between federal benefit programs based upon the method of assistance. In other words, don't tell people what they're really doing. What we want to do is we just want to spend federal government money, and we're going to spend it the way we want to spend it, and that is to give colleges more money to do things like raise tuition. Congress, however, made no such distinction in the federal law, the department noted. So in other words, they bent every rule there was and skirted the edges of the law to provide illegals for college education for 30 years. How many billions of dollars has that been? How many billions of dollars of tax money has been issued this way? The policy change restricts benefits to career, technical, and adult education programs to eligible individuals legally present in the U.S. Post-secondary education programs funded by the federal government should benefit American citizens, not illegal aliens, said Secretary of Education Linda McMahon. Under President Trump's leadership, hardworking American taxpayers will no longer foot the bill for illegal aliens to participate in our career, technical, or adult education programs or activities. And I have a video, and I'll somehow attach that to this, which sort of goes over the cost of illegal immigration and the billions of dollars, and probably more likely $500 million or $500 billion a year being spent between local, state, and federal government taxes to take care of the illegals that have come here. Not to mention, then they merely sent $63 billion of their money that they've paid back to their own country, so that they could build up the life that they want to go back to and retire in, while they've got everything paid off and we're paying their debt that they created. Says DOE says enforcement of the new policy will begin on August 9th. August 9th. Can we make that August 9th of, say, 1997, please? So we could save all this money? But seriously, illegal immigration is costing us in so many ways. It causes inflation. It's caused inflation. It's caused housing, whether that be rent or mortgages, the price of houses to go up because of all the illegals that are here. We also see the effects in the grocery store because of all the extra food that's needed to feed everybody. On the other side of the coin, let's give it up to RFK for at least starting to fight the good fight on getting the chemicals out of the food. As I announced on another video, I'm on a carnivore diet, giving it a 90-day try to see what happens. It's not cheap, tell you that. It's not an inexpensive way to eat, folks. Nothing like spending $12 a meal just for your steak dinner. Fortunately, eggs have come down in price, so eggs fall in that basket. Yeah, we have to end all this stuff for illegals. Sanctuary cities need to go. Sanctuary cities are going to cause us more problems if we don't end it. And I have here it is. This comes from a sanctuary city. Stay indoors. ICE reports lead a California mayor to issue warnings to residents. A Southern California mayor urged residents to stay indoors amid reports of U.S. immigration and customs enforcement activity. In a brief 28-second video shared with the City of Paris Facebook and Instagram accounts on July 9th, the mayor, Michael Vargas, tells city officials have received reports of ongoing ICE operations within the area. Now, if he's clearing the streets so that people don't have to deal with gang protests and other things where rocks are being thrown, and that's what they're doing, hey, I understand. So the Press Enterprise first reported, "We urge all residents to remain calm, stay indoors when possible, and know your rights. Your rights are, if you're here illegally, go home." Vargas, he could have easily said, look, we don't want, we're no longer a sanctuary city. We need to leave that status. But that's not what's being said. Don't go outdoors unless necessary. Stay at home. Why does this sound like COVID? Is COVID started back up and I didn't know it? COVID being transmitted by the ICE virus? Who knows? ICE did not immediately respond to McClatchy News' request for a comment on July 10th. Again, this message is for the awareness and safety. The City Council is committed to protecting the dignity and well-being of our residents. Legal residents, please. Please stay safe and continue to monitor official city communications. In other words, we'll tell you that ICE is coming for you. You can go and hide. While Facebook users who commented on the video were generally supportive of Vargas, some were critical, saying he has encouraged people to break laws. Exactly it, folks. This going along with rolling things back to 1996, you guarantee that we've had and we've been supporting illegals for so long, and some of them have been here for many years. Now, mind you, people have a green card and that. If you've had a green card for more than 10 years, why is my question. Become a U.S. citizen or plan on going home. green cards weren't supposed to be indefinite. To give you a chance, to give you a chance to get your paperwork in order and become a U.S. citizen. That's what the green card stuff is for. I understand that better than most. My wife is Filipino. She came from the Philippines. I have 3 kids that came here. Working on trying to get a 4th one. Not sure that that's ever going to happen with the immigration process that we have, because during the Biden era, right, just as COVID started, we got notice that the 4th one, his application was approved, and all he had to do was wait for a visa. 5 years later, we're still waiting for that visa. Because for 2 years, I'm basically sure that the federal immigration system completely shut down, and they didn't care. And then they work from home. But if you're in California, stay inside. And remember, everything causes cancer in California, except for when it's outside of California, and then it's fine. So have a great evening, folks. Hope you liked it. Stay safe. If you're illegal, please think about going home, immigrating here legally. File an application. Come back. We'll welcome you with open arms. But if you're here illegally, you're doing a complete disjustice to everybody who did it the proper way. So, thank you. Hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.